it wasn't raining that much in this movie, and I only noted it because there was one scene where Gloria kissed her boy toy, whoever, in the rain.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they were in the rain, but it was raining outside. But the energy of this movie was like it was raining the whole time.
Yeah, because, like, now that you say it, I'm like, it felt like it was raining the whole time, but, like,
Yeah.
maybe they weren't outside, I don't know, but I don't
like,
think
it does not rain that much in this movie. It rains, like, in that one scene specifically, but, like, it's not really raining the whole movie. Like, and I'm not saying that you have to, like, pay attention to the weather, but, like, it wasn't raining this whole movie.
Yeah.
But the energy of this movie was like it was raining the whole time. Hi, I'm Danielle.
And I'm Del.
And this is the Black Catch-Up, where we're catching up on iconic Black media we missed out on in our more conservative religious childhood.
All right, so... All right, so today we watched Waiting to Exhale.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, as always, IMDb. Based on Terry McMillan's. Okay, I said the name wrong completely the whole time. Okay, ready? Started from the top. Based on Terry McMillan's novel, this film follows 4 very different African-American women and their relationships with men.
Mm-hmm. That is exactly what happened, yes.
Yep.
Okay. So,
right.
just as usual, start off with kind of the positives, things we liked about the movie.
Yep. So, who wants to go first?
I guess I'll kick it off.
All right.
I really liked the on-screen chemistry between all the girls.
Yeah.
I thought they were very believable as friends, had some good moments, and I also liked how they weren't always in a group. Like, there were a lot of scenes where it was just 2 of them, or one would go to just one of them. So I really liked how we really got to see that, or see them as a real friend group, where it's not just forced everyone hanging out every time or things like that.
They didn't do the classic sitcom thing.
Yeah. That was the first thing I had.
Cool. The first thing I had was I wanted to watch this for the walking away from a burning car meme. That's literally why I picked this movie. Because I was it's the one where Angela Bassett is burning a car and walks away smoking a cigarette. And I was like, I want to watch that movie. What is that from? And then Waiting to Exhale. And that scene did not disappoint. So I was very happy with that.
Didn't.
I also liked the petty garage sale that her character had.
Yeah.
Just where the kids accidentally broke something and she laughed and she was giving everything away for $1. The energy behind that scene made me so happy.
Yeah. Okay, that was one of my favorite scenes too. That beginning scene of her just going raging out. But
yeah.
I guess kind of on a similar vibe, the next thing I had was I really liked how this movie used its R rating. There were a lot of just good scenes of even the car burning scene, there were some good F-bombs thrown in there when she was tearing up the wardrobe. I think there were a few scenes later down the line too that I thought were just really, really good scenes that I don't know, I think, was it the sleepover scene where she was going to call her ex-husband, and then I think there was a big vent session there that again had a bunch of F-bombs, and I was like, yes, that's how you use an R rating,
Yeah, they definitely used that R rating to their advantage. But I also think that it helped make the conversations more real, I guess, because when you're in those places of anger, you wouldn't try to sugarcoat anything with your friends.
Exactly.
You'd fully let it all hang out. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they didn't just use the R rating for sex scenes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just dumb stuff kind of thing.
Yeah,
so,
I don't remember there being a lot of sex scenes in the movie.
There was not.
They were a couple. And those actually weren't that racy now that I think about it, too.
At all. At all. Because there was actually one I made a note of with the, I don't remember which girl it was, but the kind of chubby guy.
Oh, that's, Robin, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, yeah. Oh, okay, yes. Yeah, so that kind of chubbier guy, that was the weirdest sex scene I've ever seen.
I know.
It was very strange.
It was very strange because she seemed like she hated it. And I was you do know you don't have to, right?
Yep. And even before, they were just laying side by side, face up. I was like, this is strange.
It was an odd one. My next point was I think that Gloria and Bernie had the most successful stories. Gloria was the one with the kid who cuts hair for a living and then ended up with that mover guy. I want to say his name.
Her neighbor. It was her neighbor. Yeah.
Her neighbor. Yeah. Okay. I think I just said mover because the first time I saw him, he was moving boxes.
He was.
But yeah. But yeah, I just thought that she went through a good change of like learning to accept that her son is growing up and really wants to leave the nest. I thought that was pretty solid, even though the way that she cut Bernie's hair was so stressful.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, my best friend's a hairdresser, and I know this would like kill her, but I was like, what is happening? If anyone even for a second tried to cut my hair, or cut my hair like that, I would never go back.
Yeah, that situation escalated quickly though, because Bernie started cutting her own hair, and like once that happens, like someone has to take over. You know?
Yeah. But yeah, and she was like, yeah, and you spent all this time growing out your hair, and then you just want to like cut all your hair, and I'm like, one, this doesn't concern you. You're just doing a job, and two, if you're gonna do the job, can you like bring down the energy?
Yeah.
You're at like a 20. I need you at a 2. But also Bernie, I think she did a good job. I think her relationship with herself, I guess, grew a little bit more. I just like the idea of her having the one moment relationship, if that makes sense. Where you just are with someone for one moment, they kind of like serve their purpose and go away.
Yeah.
I just enjoyed that aspect about it.
Okay. Yeah, the next thing I liked how the men didn't win at the end. Like,
I don't think a single one won.
Yeah, I was very much expecting like, them to like in the beginning they had kind of have like their one shitty partner, and then they get one who's like, then the second one was also kind of shitty but like slightly less. So I was definitely expecting that like, oh well, at least he's not the worst. He's not like worst case scenario kind of thing.
That baby boy syndrome.
Yeah. I was definitely like expecting a lot of that, but it didn't happen, and I really liked that. I really did like that. Like they each kind of got their moments of like, I don't know, like power or like telling someone off kind of thing, and like, you know what, I'm gonna focus on me. And like the final scene of like all the girls kind of like, I think they were like in the car driving somewhere, I guess. But
yeah, I think it was another New Year's party, maybe.
Yeah, something. I
honestly
like
don't
know. But yeah, I just like how they didn't win.
The last thing that I had was I kind of like the conversation Savannah and Robin had by the pool or the resort or wherever they were. I honestly don't know where they were. Yeah. But it was when Robin was talking about her abortion. I just thought that was brought up really well. And was something that was surprisingly like forward thinking. Maybe it isn't the word that I'm thinking of, but like progressive or something. It was something that was like surprisingly, especially because of the time that this movie came out. I just felt as though
94? When was this movie?
Yeah, I think it was 94 or something like that.
Or maybe.
95.
Okay, 95, yeah. Okay.
So it was 95. So I just thought that was like pretty honest, and I was also surprised that they talked about it, but also I was happy they talked about it because they talked about it in a very real way that I thought worked well with the scene. And I kind of wish they had more conversations like that because this movie has a lot of complaining. Just a lot.
Yeah, definitely a lot. But okay, yeah, that was the last thing I had was I just liked the music. Yeah, I thought like there was some like good R&B tracks, and also the music did a good job of like highlighting what was going on in the scene and like the emotion and kind of tensions in the scene. So yeah, I like the music in this one as well.
Yeah. So speaking of music, that actually goes into negatives for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess you can kick it off.
I did like the music, don't get me wrong, but I feel as though at times this movie felt like an extended R&B video, just because of the amount of montages there were. And, like, how everything was kind of, like, slow. And, to be honest, not a lot happens in this movie. At least to me. It didn't seem like a lot happened. And for a 2-hour-plus movie, for not a lot to happen, that's not great.
Yeah. Okay, wow. No, I actually had something, like, super similar. Like, I didn't compare it to an R&B video, but I thought it was, like, really, like, soapy, like, soap opera-y.
Oh, yeah, I can see that, too.
Again, with like you said, like between the music, the like those like slow motion kind of montage scenes, and even the narration. Like the narration, I was not a fan. Like it just like made it seem really slow to me. Like just really slow and like just like and like you said, like not much happened. So like it seemed like a lot should have happened because we essentially got like each character, each of the four main girls pretty much had like two-ish relationships they were
Yeah,
kind of
I'm almost positive this went through an entire year in their life.
Yeah, so like a lot of time was covered, but it just felt like we were just like stopping to like linger on like the slowest and like those like, I don't know, real like romantic, sappy kind of moments.
Yeah.
And it just made the whole thing feel kind of like slow and hard to like really get into it, you know?
Yeah. I literally only said the music video because we happened to be on a montage at that point, and I was like, what the hell? Another montage? This is like a music video.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, yeah, I guess you want to go your next one?
Yeah. I said I think this movie would have been more successful, at least to me, if we cut out one of the women who was sleeping with the married man. And I think Robin is the one that I would have cut out. She's the one who talked about an abortion and ends up pregnant at the end. I actually would have cut out her story. Only because we had... Almost everybody had a story of someone being cheated of like a married woman, married man relationship, what the fuck ever. But Savannah and Robin's stories were like more or less the same. Just the married man they were with was like one... It was so odd. Because Savannah had the married guy who, like, her mom wanted her to be with really badly for some reason.
Yeah.
That was so odd to me.
That was chaotic. That was very chaotic. I was like why are y'all even having these conversations? Like, what is this?
But, like, literally every time she talked to her mom was like, you need to go call that man back. You better get back with him. And she's like, and at the end she tells off her mom and is like, I would rather be alone when with this scrub. Shouldn't you want that for me too? But, like, I was like, what the hell is this? And then Robin more or less had the same, she's like on and off involved with the married man, and I was like, we don't need both of these stories because they both ended up leaving them. Just one of them ended up pregnant and the other was I think just went to work for her job more. But I was like, I probably would have preferred to just follow the one who went with her job more and who told off her mom who wanted her so badly to be in a relationship that she thought she had no worth any other way. I would have preferred to be with that one. And I think that would have also cut the movie down by like at least 30 minutes maybe.
Yeah. It was definitely a lengthy movie. Yeah, the next thing I had was like, I guess kind of similar, but I feel like there was, again, like a lot of different storylines going on. So I feel like a lot was just like happening off screen that I was kind of missing. Like, especially toward the end when like they tried to like wrap things up with a bow. Like, I didn't realize the son was going away to Spain to play saxophone. Like, I didn't realize I didn't even like realize that was happening. Like, the son was like so in the peripheral. I knew he was going to Spain, but I was like, I used to, like, that's something I would have remembered, you know? Like,
I know.
I just felt like I was missing stuff like that. And I didn't realize Robin was pregnant or, like, that she, like, I don't know. I didn't realize she was, like, sleeping with the guy, really, so.
She said it, like, very at the end. She was like, by the way, I'm pregnant. It's yours. Fuck you. And I was like, thanks.
Yeah. Like, that kind of came out of nowhere to me, but.
Yeah.
Like, I guess, you know? So it just felt like a lot of, like, little stuff like that where, like, there was just so much going on, but at the same time, like, each plot line was, like, slowly moving, so, like...
Yeah.
Again, it might have been me, like, just not paying attention enough to the movie, but I just felt like I was, like... There was a lot just, like, getting wrapped up quickly or, like, just, Yeah, a lot of, like, them trying to tie neat bows around things that, like, could have had more time.
The thing that I didn't understand how it got wrapped up was how Bernie got so much money in the settlement. I don't know if I missed that, but all of a sudden she was like, at first it started off where she would only get like $3,000 a month or something like that, and she was like, you know damn well the house costs $5,000. How am I supposed to pay for your kid? Da, 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 da. And then did I miss something? But next thing I know, she's getting like almost $1 million, and I was like, how did this happen?
I think what happened, I think there was like a one-off line that like apparently her husband, like ex-husband, owned like 5 houses or something.
Oh, God.
And, like, was, like, super wealthy. So I think what, like, in the beginning, he was going to say, like, hey, let's skip the, like, divorce lawyer.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember
I'm going to give you $300.
Yeah, I remember him originally saying that.
Yeah, but that was, like...
but he was, like, secret... he secretly... Okay, I get it now.
No, he was definitely, like, kind of fucking her over. Because he also said, hey, you can keep the house, but cleared out the bank account.
Yeah.
So she couldn't, like, pay for the house. And he's like, yeah, so you have to sell it. You know?
Yeah.
So, like... He's doing, like, kind of grimy stuff like that, you know?
But I don't remember... But I feel as though this is another, like, brown sugar thing where didn't she help him get his business off the ground? Wouldn't that business be half hers?
Yeah, and I think that's why she got so much in the end. Like, when you're married, that's literally, like, the point of marriage. To,
yeah,
like,
once
have
your finances are so
tied,
entangled,
like,
you can't just, like, dip and be like, well, I'm only
yeah.
like, no, you kind of...
Like, you're getting nothing. Like, that's not how that works.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
So,
you knew
okay.
that signing the marriage thing.
Yeah.
That is exactly how that works, you know?
So, okay, now, I'm glad I understand now. Maybe I wasn't paying enough attention. I have no... Yeah. This movie was so long.
But I will say that part, though, that confused me a little bit, because, like, why was she, like, why was she not assuming she would get money anyway? Like, you know what I mean? Like, she knew she had to go to court for this divorce. Like, I don't think she ever thought, like, she wasn't gonna... Like, she was, like... It seemed like the whole movie she was acting as if she, like, wasn't gonna get anything.
Yeah.
But, like, divorces, I feel... Like, I know divorces aren't, like, the most straightforward thing, but... Like, it seems like she would have gotten something, you know? So
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Do you have any other things?
The last thing I had was, like... The weird, like, white woman thing that kept kind of going on where, like, I don't know, they'd be like, he's a good man, but he's with a white woman, and then, like, hearts would be broken kind of thing, and I was like, okay, I guess, you know. But,
I will say that point would have been better if they, like, properly delved into it more, because that is a thing in, like, black culture, like, black men being with white women and, like, kind of screwing black women over in a way. That is such a prevalent thing, but they didn't, like, dig deep enough into it except for, like, jabs at white women. And then at that point, what are we doing?
Yeah, it was kind of just used for an eye roll, but, like, it was used so many times that, like, it was like, all right.
Like, you're talking about this enough.
Either say something about it or, like, just leave it, you know?
Yeah, that's what it is. They didn't actually say anything about, like, the proper, like, everything surrounding that. They were just kind of like, and you left me for a white woman. And it's like... He was cheating on you. These are not... like, nothing matters at this point.
Yeah.
I think the last thing I had was I don't think the radio announcer tied in like they thought he would.
The radio announcer?
Because that was what the narrate... Okay, so we're thinking about two separate narrations. Because each of the women... So each of the women, like, narrated in their own head for whatever it is they were doing.
Yeah.
But also, in the beginning, they had a radio announcer who would be like, and everybody, it's New Year's Eve, so that means find your special someone, or whatever. And he came in and out a couple of times, and then he closed the movie up, and I was like, I don't think this is what you think it is.
No, now that you say it, I definitely remember it. I totally blocked that out. I was like, I was just confused. Like, I remember it distinctly in the beginning because I had like subtitles on, and it would like say the radio station. I was like,
I had subtitles
too. They're listening to the radio, but then it like dived into like the girls' narrations. Like, it was just like so much narration. Stuff. No, none of the narration helped. None of it. The radio didn't help. Nothing helped.
There were too many narrators, too many cooks in the kitchen.
There really were. There really were.
But yeah, that narration in particular, like the girls' narration, I more or less was like, whatever. It also helped me remember their names, so that was helpful.
Yeah, that did help a lot too.
But the radio announcer specifically, I didn't like his narration, like, because it didn't tie it. I almost thought it'd be like a thing where they all always listen to this radio station and call in for advice or something like that, or they all work at this one radio station, so they're like listening to the. But like, no, it just happens to be the radio station they listen to, like once or like I don't even know. It wasn't even I don't even think it was the station that Savannah worked at.
Probably
Where'd Savannah work?
I don't know. Yeah, because one of them did work at a radio station. I do remember that, but.
Yeah, I only found out about that on Wikipedia. I was like, works at a radio station? That's not brought up nearly enough.
Yeah, no, it's not. And it's not. You know?
So, we're on to ratings. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. I give this one a 2.5. Yeah, it wasn't my favorite movie, but it did get... I honestly didn't like it for most of the movie, but it got a pretty large boost for me once the men didn't win at the end. Because again, like true. I was very much anticipating that, like, let's fall back with this scrub because he's at least not, you know, actively cheating on me at this moment, you know, kind of thing. And like, so I don't know. I expected to like hate it a lot more, but yeah, I feel like I don't know. It the ending made sense to me and like made me happy. So. It got bumped up like a point. So yeah, we're at a 2.5 for this one.
I gave this one a 2 out of 5. It just was long, and for the length of time that this movie was, not a lot happened. So, like I said before, if they cut out Robin or Savannah, or honestly, I only say those two because their stories were the most similar, and in my positives, I thought that Bernie and Gloria had the most successful stories. So if you cut out Robin or Savannah just because their stories were so similar, you could have tightened the movie up and maybe showed us some of these like off-screen developments that happened. I would have preferred that. I will say the burning car scene meme, 5 out of 5. I'm so happy I found out how that came to be.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Okay, final question. Do you wish you saw this movie sooner?
I actually never thought of that. So I guess that's a no for me.
Yeah.
If I never thought of it.
Seems like a no. Okay. Yeah, it was also a no for me. It was an okay time, but yeah, doesn't need to happen sooner.
It was a fine enough time. So that was Waiting to Exhale.
Yeah, Waiting to Exhale. YouTube housekeeping, like, comment, subscribe.
Ring the bell for notifications. If you have any movie suggestions for us, you can leave them in the comments down below. We do movies on Tuesdays and Fridays. All of our socials will be linked in the description box down below. And we'll see you next time to catch up. Bye.
That was definitely like the worst breakup ever, though. Right in the beginning, he was like, while she was getting ready, like, actually,
they were both about to go to a party.
Yeah. And he announces, actually, I'm bringing someone else, and we're getting divorced. See ya,
and I was
bye.
Like, what the shit is this?
I was like, wow. Wow.
And the thing is, she's getting ready. Like,
like,
and she wasn't even like at the beginning. She was like at the end.
Almost
like her
done.
Makeup's done. She's taking her hair roll out of its rollers and brushing everything out. And all of a sudden you come up behind her like, how would you feel about not going to this party? Like, I'm already done.
Yeah. Like that hurt my heart. That hurt my heart. You know. I was like, damn.